This is the weekend edition of Ifiber One News, where we present some of the top stories from this week and your weekend weather forecast. I'm Bethany Jenks. Stay tuned for the weekend edition of Ifiber One News.
From the Ifiber One HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is Ifiber One News, your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is Ifiber One News, and it starts now.
One of our top stories for this week was from Soap Lake, where the residents welcomed a new librarian. Reporter Jeff Chu headed over to the library and has the story.
There's a new top bookworm at Soap Lake Library. His name is Aaron Leffelbein, and he started this week as Soap Lake's new librarian at the facility at 32 Main Avenue East.
I have family ties to Soap Lake. I lived here the first 3 years of my life, but that's been about 30 years. So I hail from Ephrata, grew up there.
Leffelbein comes to Soap Lake from Ephrata Public Library, where he worked since summer of 2013. When he heard about the top librarian position open in Soap Lake, he said he jumped at applying for the opportunity.
I love the city of Soap Lake. I think it's a fun place. There's always something fun going on here. The view is spectacular out the window there. And I love working for the library, so I wanted to take the opportunity to take a more of a full-time position.
Soap Lake's new librarian, who is also a musician, explained what got him into library science.
Being able to work with the communities and to have that exposure to all the different facets of community in Ephrata was what initially drew me. I was teaching piano lessons at the time and wanted to have some extra exposure to the community because piano lessons was in my house. So I was in my house all day.
He admits he has always loved libraries.
As a kid, I spent a lot of time in the library in Ephrata. Lots and lots of hours down there. I would go down when I had free time and just read books like crazy.
He's a graduate of Big Bend Community College and finished up his degree at Pacific Life College in Southern California. Leffelbein and departing librarian Susie Crapson were greeted by the Friends of Soap Lake Library recently, giving one a welcome and another a farewell party. Soap Lake Library has about 100 regular book users and about 500 who hold library cards. Crapson explained why she's leaving Soap Lake to take a librarian position at Moses Lake Library.
It was a very hard decision to leave Soap Lake. A lot of soul searching went into it before I said yes, because I'm hating to leave. I always have wanted to be a librarian, and this opportunity came up, and it was my dream job. When I was right out of high school, I seriously thought about going to college to get my library degree, but that was in Seattle, and I came from Warden, and I just could not picture myself living in Seattle. And so later on, this opportunity came up.
Soap Lake Library is a member of the North Central Regional Library System that includes Ephrata, Moses Lake, Quincy, Warden, and Mattawa, some of 29 libraries in the region. Leffelbein said he wants to first focus on building programs for youth library users. I'm Jeff Chu for Ifiber One News.
Our next story is about Microsoft's new data center that's under construction in Quincy and is expected to be completed this year. Reporter Jeff Chu has the details.
The walls are up on Microsoft's new data center on 200 acres in Quincy. Port of Quincy officials say when completed this year, Microsoft's campuses in Quincy will be one of the largest data centers in the world. Microsoft's data center addition could be as large as 1 million square feet, according to port officials. Microsoft purchased the land last year from the Port of Quincy for $11 million. Port officials say it could bring Microsoft's workforce in Quincy to at least 400. Microsoft came to Quincy in 2006 and built an original data center of about 500,000 square feet on 75 acres. The new data center is located east of the existing location. The new data center will allow Microsoft to further expand its cloud technology. Cloud technology allows computer users to pull stored data on other servers such as Microsoft's. Quincy has 5 other massive data centers intermingled with farmland. Yahoo, Dell, Intuit, Saby, and Vantage all have facilities in Quincy. Inexpensive Grant County Public Utility District hydroelectric power and high-speed fiber optic connectivity have attracted the data centers to Quincy. I'm Jeff Chu for Ifiber One News.
And now we take a look at people being sought by law enforcement.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
We will be right back after this.